Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another amazing episode of the Pitchside podcast. The lineup is amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, naked boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Pitchside podcast. No, congrats,
Win award innovation. Even after the game, some win the award.
Wow. So can
lift the trophy.
Yes,
mfana after mabuditso re trophy se wona no lift heavy so le rena re batho a gym kankana.
Yeah, that was great to see.
Gentlemen, are you well?
Yeah, we're good,
man.
Amazing. Gentlemen, I was listening to a radio interview and the coach of Polokwane City said Sundowns is beatable. Orlando Pirates, I'm not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys feel, and I'm starting on a very high note here, do you guys feel that we have really lost our fear factor and people are now not afraid to play us? They want to play us because they think they stand a chance of even getting a point.
Skipper go gopola go ya pele ka re wena o tlo di repa mfanaka ke go tseba gore se tso le redo swer file ka fela. No, I honestly feel like it puts us in a position where we are able to show who we are, and we're able to rise to the occasion. I remember every time when we had that season of transition, that was the same talk. That no, Sundowns is beatable. Sundowns, people can, you can play against them, and then once the car has started and it's on the move, my friend, you know what happens.
Yeah.
It was the same thing when Coach Pitso left. When there was a restart of new coaches, people were saying like, Sundowns is beatable. But the team continues to win the league. It was the same thing when Coach Rulani took over. They said the Sundowns is beatable, and the team went on to lose only one match in the league. It was the same. It's always the case. It was the same when Coach Mangoba took over the team. They said the team is beatable, and then within two games, people were getting 5. So people must not get carried away. With all due respect, but I've seen this movie before. I've seen the movie. I've seen the movie before where people take Mamelodi Sundowns for granted, and they go into the pitch. But yeah, it's everybody's got their own opinion.
100%. That is allowed and respectfully.
It's allowed, and it's good that people feel that they can compete with Mamelodi Sundowns. It also helps the standard of football in the nation. But be very careful.
What you wish for?
Don't poke the bear. You poke the bear. Bear wakes up. Are you going to be able to deal with the bear?
Oh, in South Africa we don't have the bear.
Okay, don't poke the snake.
Okay.
Skipper, it's games like the Netbank Cup game where we won 5-2, where people then start to look at it and say, if a team from ABC Motsepe can score 2 goals against Mamelodi Sundowns, anybody can take them on.
Firstly, let me just say, with the 2 goals we conceded,
yeah,
I've got a feeling that my boys are not happy with that.
Definitely.
Simply because they had the game easy. Excuse me. Once you have scored 3 goals before halftime, especially when you play the opposition that you don't know, don't take the foot off the pedal. Go for a kill. Remember 24-0? 24-0, it wasn't because we were bullies. No. It's because we were coming from... We were playing in a season where we saw what Maluti did to Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
What Baroka did to Kaizer Chiefs
Yeah.
in Pitchside Cup. So those kind of upset in football, they are there.
Yeah.
But you can avoid it.
Yeah.
And avoid them mindset. Because when I looked at the match, the first 30 minutes we were on.
Yes.
That's why we managed to score those goals, and that's why we were playing right in front of their faces, way higher up on the field, and that tells you that we were the team that really wanted to score and bullied them out of the pitch.
Yeah.
And that's a mentality of being in a bigger team, because everything is at stake.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave anything there for a taking. Because, for instance, imagine those boys had to equalize.
Oh,
Do you know that a match of that nature can turn any way?
In a way.
It's a cup match.
Yeah.
We always say a cup match has got its own, what's the word? It can go,
Dynamics.
yeah, it can
Yeah.
go anyway.
Yeah.
Who wants it, who has luck on the day can win it. And if I would take the same team and play Mamelodi Sundowns 10 times, with due respect, I don't think they were in our level.
Yeah.
But they had some moments
Mm.
which you could tell that the South Africans were for talent everywhere.
100%.
But the level of execution and how they participate in that level, I don't think they were in our level. I don't think they would have even sniffed our box
Yeah.
had we switched on the whole 90 minutes. Because you could tell that we were superior on the day. But we gave those 2 goals away.
Yeah.
too easy.
And that's too easy.
Do you think then, as players, and gents, you've played the game at the highest level, having won us this beautiful star that sits now above the emblem. Do you guys think that when you do play teams from lower leagues, that there is an element of the player then not playing at the highest intensity and almost, it's almost mentally, it just happens?
It goes with maturity.
Yeah.
Neves.
O kwele mantswe a ka mahlogong, mana. Wena mona wa bona le hore re le nna mona mengwaga le mengwaga.
Yeah.
When you're in that level of Mamelodi Sundowns player, you know what's at stake.
Yeah.
Every match is a final.
Yeah.
Who you don't care who you play against. The mindset has to be the same from game 1 all the way to game whatever 50.
Yes.
Because as in Sundowns we go all those numbers in one season.
Yeah.
The video we watched the other day, the guy Kobe.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said he dedicated and he made a promise to himself that he will train better and well every day, so that after that, when he looks back, he must say, "I gave my all."
Yeah.
So the same mentality as Sundowns, you'll tell you. In our change room, we used to have the same mentality where we believe that whoever plays must win us the match. Doesn't matter who. We just knew that whoever put on the jersey, which is Mamelodi Sundowns at that particular time, we have to win us football matches.
Yeah.
The mentality has to go all the way, because this is the same team, same emblem, and different
100%.
players. But generation changes. But I still believe that they still have the same mentality, because they knew or they saw after 2 goals,
that they-
no, we're messing up.
I agree with Skipper in terms of maturity, because it really requires a lot of maturity to understand that you're not playing against your opponent, you're playing against yourself.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're as good as your previous game.
Yes.
So how you deliver the performance today tells us whether next game we can field you or not. And the maturity comes in where you are the first one to encourage yourself to do the best.
And to do better.
If you don't encourage yourself, and if you see the opponents as your opponents instead of yourself as the opponent, you always need to do better than yourself. How people see you today, you are the one that must up the game. You are the one that must maintain the standard. It's not dependent on the opponent you play, because you can't have a great game, one game against DJ Naves FC, and then when you come to Hlompo Kekana FC, you drop the ball.
Yeah.
No, you play the same way every day.
In same
You train the same way every day at the same level. So the maturity is very key, because you can't
That
teach
reminds me.
that.
That reminds me. When we used to play, even when we lead 4-0, what I used to tell you,
You keep on playing. You keep on scoring.
you play the same way
The
you
same
showed
way.
me 3 matches ago.
Yeah.
You can now, when it's 4-0.
Even the boots. If we see you with new boots,
Yeah.
Now
we are worried.
questioning
We say,
it, because
hey,
now it's
you
like
should
you are
come in-
coming for a fashion
Are
show.
you coming for the game, or is it fashion show?
It's so interesting that theory at the new boots runs even from professional level all the way through down the ranks, because I remember Dlala Likokasi.
Yeah.
How quickly got Cox and
Really?
But they fail. Every ticket player.
Yeah.
Wabo?
That's a mentality. Sugar will tell you.
Yeah.
During our time, we used to win difficult football matches.
Yeah.
And there was no a day or a single day or a single match where we were doing showboating.
No.
That's not Mamelodi Sundowns. That's not us. We're playing within what we planned out for the whole season. And the plan is, or the mandate is, to win football matches, as many as possible, to win trophies.
What do you think it's going to take for a team to get maybe another 24-0?
Mamelodi Sundowns can do that.
I think we can.
We can.
I think we can do that. It's in the mind.
Yeah.
It's in the mind.
Thank you.
If the mind is right, I've seen so many goals. You can see not only with Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yes.
You've seen a majority of PSL teams this season.
Yeah.
When they played against the lower division teams, they're not giving them. They beat them. They give them a hiding.
Yeah.
Because for the past years, we have
seen the upsets.
The upsets. So nobody is taking another player for granted, another team for granted. Everyone is making sure that you maintain your level of respect, and
I love that.
You deliver.
100%. Because I guess that's where you also will gain confidence for your next game.
You gain confidence from there.
4-5.
Imagine the game we played of the Netbank. You could see, like Skipper was saying, that the moment it was 3-2, then the boys came to their senses to say, we are not going to take this for granted. We need to make sure we score the goal and give ourselves a nice cushion, because the more they try, imagine from 3-0 and they score one, they've got confidence. They celebrated like it's 1-1.
Yeah.
And that energy pushed them to score 2. Hey, my guy. Hey, wake.
It's a big wake-up call.
You're making a very good point when you say the teams in the Premier League, they really representing.
They represented the brand very well.
Very well. And I say that because you don't want to give the younger ones false hope or a false picture, or whatever picture is, to say it's easy in the Premier League. You have to give them the nice exercise to know that I want to play there. But it's difficult because for me to go there, I must earn it. You know, when you see a team like TX Galaxy hammering Vasco da Gama for me, I was so happy. I was like, this is the level that I want to see the Premier League taking and being at, because
there must be a difference.
There must be a difference.
And those guys need to look up to it and say, hey, those guys gave us 7.
easy.
I want to be on the other side.
Yeah, because sometimes it looks easy when I'm on my couch watching. Ne?
Yeah.
You jump the line. Go that side.
Jump the line and
Go
be there. So then you can have a little bit of respect for the Premier League to say, no, there's levels there.
Definitely.
So that's why I agree with Chuka when he says the Premier League teams this year, they made sure that they represent very well, because you don't want to see upset. But there is upset in football, unfortunately, and they have been there for years. And you want to see that upset happening, because that's what football is about. That's excitement we get out of football. But I believe certain upsets, you can avoid them. Easy. By making sure that you score goals early, make sure that you defend properly, you're still playing within those agreements of the team. Once you're there, I don't think you will lose any match again.
Gentlemen, it brings me to my next question now, where more social media, as usual, there's always talks. And the current talk is to say that the Mamelodi Sundowns team is... There's a inverted commas, I use the word lack of discipline because of the number of red cards that we have had. Yet, red cards are a part of the game.
It's sad to see Mamelodi Sundowns getting so many red cards, and it's not our cup of tea. It's not something that you would associate with Mamelodi Sundowns. It's honestly, you can understand the concern. Although some of the red cards, you can feel that they might be too harsh, but it's a concern to have so many negative disciplinary giftings, I'd say, to the club, because Mamelodi Sundowns is, number one, our slogan is Ubuntu Butu. So we should be the first ones to show to be the good guy. So when we're getting those so many red cards, it's concerning. I hope it's fixed as soon as possible. And also, I also feel like sometimes we're too harsh on the club
Yeah.
from the point of perspective of the officials. Sometimes
Yeah.
some cards are not deserving, but because you're wearing the Mamelodi Sundowns jersey, then you get it, and it's not good.
The other thing, let me use my experience when I sugar. As a 18-year-old, I played for a team called Black Leopards. I got 3 red cards in one season. I got fined by the Premier League. It's not dirty, but it was hard. I was naive and I was
Dominated.
that kid who wants to win every time.
Yeah.
No? But then my experience told me then that I needed to study the game properly in terms of how I do things on the football field. No? And then over the years, I knew that even though my position says I'm a ball retriever, it's not every ball that I must win. There's much as that there's balls that I will think that I'm on it, find out the passer is smart and the ball is quicker. As long as I don't expose myself on the line that I want to defend from, then I'm always in a good position. So I then learned that even if the ball or the passer was smart, as long as he passes in front of me, then it's fine. I'm still having the position. Over the years, that has worked on my advantage because then you learn that every match you will have other players that will outsmart you and that players that will have that edge over quicker than you. But it's how you deal with those.
And they prepare for you.
They prepare you all the years. Now, that experience told me that in those red cards that I got, in 3 of them, I remember I got one and I still believe that one I deserved. The 2 followed. It was just a miss.
Like you're targeted or something.
Something like that, of that nature. Because they knew that Kija is going to come, is not going to pull off. And I didn't pull off of Tigers. I didn't respect anybody in that matter. I knew that I would win football matches. But I wanted to win with everything. Now, because you've put yourself in a position of
Success.
and they know that you're not going to pull off. You're that guy that who can win challenges. Now the referees,
They wait for you.
they will look at you.
Commit.
And some, even the referee doesn't look at you. It's just that a bad luck that follows you because you wanna what's the word? You wanna rectify the mistakes that
you made.
And you overcompensate.
Because
Because
when you start to make more mistakes.
more
And
mistakes.
those mistakes are costly because
That's
then you're
why-
avoided with a red card.
That's why they say don't prove a point in life. Don't prove a point. Once you are in a position to do your stuff without showing sugar what I can do, then you're proving your point.
You remember?
you understand something?
You remember when there was a game where a coach said, "If they kick, I'll tell Sugar to kick back." And I don't know anything. And then he says that and he says
On
no
the media,
on the media. He says, "No, I told them, if they kick, I'll tell Sugar to kick." And then we went and we played the following game.
Yeah.
I just got yellow cards for nothing. I got red carded that day because it was a perception that was had that perhaps we
He's going
prepare
to
like that.
kick and
Yet it was
prepare.
just a talk that it came. I even asked, I said, why? He says, no, your name is the one that came because I know you can handle, even if the media comes after you can handle it. Then to say what Skipper is saying, that he can accept the first one, but the second one, the third one, that one was not fair. I remember I got a red card when we were playing at
Chiefs.
Loftus against Chiefs.
I remember.
And before the game, he says, you guys, you must protect one another. Me going to protect my brother, I got a card. The next thing, red card.
Sure.
And it's like we planned it.
No.
Because the previous game, it was said that if they kick, I'll tell Sugar.
to kick back.
And Sugar goes into the tackle. He cuts the ball and he goes into the tackle. So already there is a perception to say, he was sent to do this. Yet it's not like that. It's just how you receive the message. It may be wrong interpreted.
100% understood. Gents, we move on to the next game. We are playing Golden Arrows.
Bafana Bastard.
Bafana Bastard, who have just come off defeat to Chipa. But they also did have a coaching change. Coach Mabuti left. Now we are facing a different team.
They are very tricky customers.
Yeah.
I never used to enjoy playing against them. For two reasons. They will, on their day, they will make you mark whenever they on the ball. They will make you, work for your points. And they are the team that knows how to put you under stress. They've got strikers who knows how to score goals in Knox and Moon. They've got Nduduzo Zibia, one of the players that I believe
It's capable of winning them again.
Yeah. They've got midfielders that I still believe they can improve, of course, but they're good.
Yeah.
In Zuke or even sometimes Tele or they're good like that.
Gladwin.
For me, I think my boys should be just ready.
Yeah.
Ready to put in the shift. Because a team of Eros nature, they have known to put the ball on the deck. They know how to push their ball around. They know how to use moments. And but when my boys are playing the Mamelodi Sundowns, we always say they can easily win the match if they pay attention to those small and details of maybe a Gitolo driving into the midfield. Sell him that
he's gonna come.
Yeah, he's gonna come. If he drives in the midfield, there's this one young the right back called Phillips.
Yes.
And
he scored a goal.
He scored. Yeah, he scored. But at the same time, when we played against him in Mel Park,
yes,
the two things that he does well is to always be on the fore. But the other thing is he follows a lot. So when you use the ball properly, you got openings there. So I think Mamelodi Sundowns, they need to be very patient when they play this match.
He follows a lot. Skipper. The coaching badges skipper.
But Naves, you understand we played the game in the highest level for 100%. How many years? Yeah. 100%. So those things, if you end up seeing them.
The most successful.
Come on.
Video every picture Gemola side.
Got the video.
The most successful handler of the arm of the captain.
Oh my goodness. So going into this game then, the mindset needs to be right because we're now back to playing PSL opposition, unlike the team we were playing against in the Netbank Cup. How easy is it then to switch your mentality then as a professional? I understand that you've explained to us that there's certain parts of the game that really need you to be mature as a person, but to make that change, and also there's a possibility we're going to see wholesale changes in the teams.
It's the space we live in. It's the life we live.
It's Mamelodi Sundowns.
Mamelodi Sundowns is the life we live. It's like someone saying, how does Naves transition from being
the king of the weekend?
King of the weekend, Pitchside podcast, Mamelodi Sundowns, a father, a husband, and all those things. It's the space you live in. You just need to navigate. You make sure that So it's just for us to understand that make the best of it. Every game, the responsibility lies within yourself,
which is a big
to play against yourself.
We saw. Sorry, continue.
The other day I had a conversation with one of the crazy guy, Andile Mngube, and I was telling him that you don't just play for Mamelodi Sundowns. No, you have to have a specific mindset, not only talent, because we've got everybody has got talent. We have to have a specific mindset for you to play here and to stay here for longer. He didn't understand, of course, but I had to go into details that you see at Mamelodi Sundowns, you win the trophy today,
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is a different trophy.
We don't.
Tomorrow is a different trophy. I won the Champions League with this guy. All the way from Alexandria. We played Hlompo Cup
The next
against Polokwane City. Now check the difference of the tournament. From an 80,000 people in Alexandra Stadium. And then
You learn.
cricket,
and then we got to Super Stadium that time, or Masterpieces.
Yes.
When we got there, the match is at 7 o'clock. We had to play.
You had to play.
Because the
And
teams already
you have to
played.
win.
Yeah, the teams already played. They're waiting for one fixture to make the draw. And that fixture's ours. There's no way you can win a trophy and you don't celebrate. I always say, when you play football, if you don't like what you do, if you don't like having the good moments, then you're in the wrong business. Winning a big trophy as Champions League, you deserve to celebrate. But in the Mamelodi Sundowns team,
It's tough.
it's tough to do that. You know why? There's no time. And the responsibility is even bigger because the bar has been set so high. And when you have set the bar so high as a team or as individuals, you will struggle to drop it even one day or one moment. Because you know what it means to push that bar very high. Because it's difficult.
Indeed.
To win every match, to win 5 matches in the Premier League. Show me that team that can win straight 5 games. You know?
Yeah. Gents, we saw the introduction of Jaden Adams, but we've also seen Cupido has now joined us. We've also seen Suarez has now joined us. Is the league or the cup games playing against opposition from the lower tiers a better place to introduce players into getting their first, putting on that jersey for the first time, playing at Loftus in front of the home's crowd? A better place? Do we start them against Golden Arrows?
Where?
You-
Skachamech. Welcome.
you-
At Sundowns, I'm sorry.
you go.
You go.
Any match.
You hit the ground.
It starts here.
It starts there.
You must first. We'll throw you in here
Yeah.
because the most difficult game that Mamelodi Sundowns players play is
Training
this one.
session.
It's because you meet Ribeiro every day.
He's
You
gonna
meet-
deal with
You
you.
have to dribble Modau every day.
What did
You
the
have to-
Brazilian said about Tambazwane?
Yeah.
We had the scope.
We had the
Yes.
scope.
We had the scope.
Yeah.
Did you hear what they said?
Yes.
They said this is the player I was telling you
This
about.
one, watch out about this one.
The danger man is
Danger man.
Yeah,
So
you meet
it
him
means
every
you meet them here every day. Continue.
when you have to deal with the same you have to deal with Tambazwane
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
Other teams, I remember one guy once said teams are lucky because they don't get to face Pesitao every day. I think it was Ricardo. He says,
Ricardo, yeah,
He says,
Ricardo.
teams are lucky. They don't have to face Pesi every day.
Yeah.
I need to deal with this guy every day.
Yeah.
This guy is
I remember the
Funny
other
you
day.
say that.
Yeah.
Somebody I read somewhere where somebody says footballers get paid to train.
Yes. I think it was Coach Steve.
Yes, it was
Yes.
Coach Steve. Yes,
Yeah.
footballers get paid to train,
Not to play.
not
Yeah.
to play.
The other day I was telling this guy in we were playing a friendly match here amongst each other in the indoor training. Remember I used to play, and you play on the opposite side. He cut the pass that nobody in the PSL used to cut it. Because I played with him, he knows when
Yeah.
I shape like this,
Yeah.
where I'm
Know where the
going.
ball is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was shaping, and this guy cut the ball. You know what the Coach Vizo said? He said, but Sugar plays with you every day. I'm sure
So he
he's
knows.
going to cut that. Yeah, but I knew then that when you play with these guys, you'll know how good they are.
Yeah.
And you will understand, you'll appreciate them when you play with them.
Yeah.
Because when you go into the football match, then it becomes easier because
You know.
You've done.
You have done.
You've done the training. What you get paid for.
you know,
Gents,
basically.
score predictions, please.
I would love to give us 3-0.
Who's scoring for you?
Peter,
Yeah.
Ribeiro,
Mm-hmm.
and my boy Ike.
All right.
Yes. Young Pizzo, when are you scoring?
Monata kwako Riman. Woman say last.
I was thinking
Mfana ga tsena shoot. Boom. Ke tlo tsentsha mo, ke tlo bitsa ke ratsa di balls. Ratsa mo outside the ball. Batloko.
Yeah.
Sugar?
Mamelodi Sundowns 4-0.
Okay.
4-0. Yes. I
Who's
need to
scoring?
give Ronza or Dennis a clean sheet.
Okay.
We
Okay.
haven't had a clean sheet in a while.
Yeah.
So I need a clean sheet. So
The
I've
goalie.
got, I've got Shasha.
Okay.
I've got Tashrik.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got Iki.
Okay.
And I've got Tebogo Mokoena.
Okay. You want Tevza to
Yeah,
To do something. Yeah, plus
I do believe
Khalasa
something.
goal,
Yeah,
give me this.
yeah, yeah.
Tebogo Mokoena.
Halarasana goal
Because
midfielder.
assist, when I assist, it's a
Yeah.
3, it's a Ribeiro.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Kaudla.
Get into depth, get analysis.
Nice. I
No,
like
can
that.
I Ribeiro give me first assist, it's a 3.
Maban ba re buile ka di second assist.
Yes.
Eh, ba re pass oh yeah, go oh yeah.
Ya
Eh, man.
go.
I wanna go ngoba nna go re mina sonse ke tseke di
The
tsa ka
goal
mona
contribution.
wena ho passa mthakole ho passa la for ka final o pass second so ke na le second assist.
That's all.
Yes,
Wena na assist file sticks re dlala.
ke tla mo kodisa ka nkana Thapelo
Re wina
Morena.
6-0 kwa Rila
And it's
Pirates.
coming, eh?
Okay.
It's coming.
Let me keep.
All right.
No, you're on the right talk. It's the right talk.
No, I can't talk on that day because I got the warm clap here.
That eh?
That day, just go back for some shiny. What?
It's coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Pitchside podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us your comments. We are Masandawana.
Masandawana.
Never.